morning to you, friends. I'm happy for a new day and a new week, and I hope you are also keeping yourselves happy, active, have fun. We are living in Uganda, which has a lot of sunshine, so there is no reason why you should not be happy. Be happy, have fun. But as you have fun, let's also be creative wherever we are, whether we are at home, whether we are living with other relatives, whether we are even going to the garden. Let's be mindful to be creative. Last time we talked about a story, the storyteller, and what makes up a good story. We saw that in order for one, we all have stories. So that's why we want to always tell stories, not only read stories or hear stories from other people, but let also us have some stories to tell. A good story should have at least three things. One, the story itself which is being told. What is it that you are telling us? What is it that you want to draw on paper? What is it if you are molding clay? What is in that clay, in that picture, in that object that you are molding? What story is there? Is it a woman carrying a hoe? Is it you working in the garden? Is it you reading your books? What story is there? We normally say that is the story, and leave the interpretation of the story to the one who is going to read it or the one who is looking at the picture. But we need a story first and foremost. The second thing we need is, of course, who is going to tell the story. In a drama or in a play on stage, the person who tells the story or the story is being told through people we call characters. The characters, of course, if they are acting, we call them actors. If they are singing, we'll call them musicians or the choir. If they are dancing, we'll still say they are dancers. They may be traditional dancers, they may be modern dancers. They may be folk people who are singing a folk song, but those are the people who are telling the story. I want more or less so that I don't confuse you and me in the end. I will be going more towards the drama side. Why? I'll explain it now, that because drama looks to be the mother of all arts. Performing is the mother of all arts. Expressing ourselves, we are performing. So for now, I'm regarding drama as the mother of all arts. Even before you write it down, there is some action, because drama is action. Drama means for us to do something. When you want to tell a story or draw something which is part of your story, you need the story itself, you need the characters. Those are the people or the objects that are going to bring that story to life. And also, most important, you need the technique. What techniques are you using? But the techniques in most cases are governed or are ruled by the kind or the form of the story which you have chosen. For example, if I chose to do a play, the techniques that I can use, it could be music, and so in the end I will have a musical. It is still a play, but it is a music play which we call musical. And in Uganda here we have very good example of the group which is fond of using music to write the plays or to stage the plays, that is the Ebonies. Most of their plays, you can say they are music. I may use dance to tell to make my play, And here I want, of course, to ask you to look at our traditional dances, for example, our folk dances. They are very dramatic. There is a lot of drama there. You have the characters, you have the story of the dance, and of course the technique is in the dancing. And so if I'm using dance as part of the form or the technique to write my play, I will still do that and call my play dance drama. But I also want us to look at, for example, the folk song. We can call a folk song a song drama. You don't need to actually go very far in school to make a drama using our very songs, our dances, and the different rituals or the actions that in rituals, rites, and what we see in our everyday life. Now, there is one other form of writing or form of performance that can also help us to make our drama, to make life interesting, to make life easy to live. That form is the form of poetry. Poems, which of course we said last time that poems basically are governed by rhythm. Even when I do music, it's also based on rhythm. When I dance, you cannot be a good dancer if you don't have rhythm in your body, in your joints, in your legs. And of course that's why we say we need to learn these arts, so that you know why you are making that movement, you know why you are singing in that way, and you know why you have raised that arm in order to bring out action. But now we want to keep our minds and the minds of our children very active and very productive, so that by the time they come out of this lockdown, they can say, oh, look here, I've written a book, and it's here. I've written a story. I want to share it with my friends. I want to take it so that I can also get a book out of it. I've written a song. I've made a poem. All these come because of one word which we call creativity. Think of an engineer. I actually have a daughter who wants to be engineer of planes. You need to be very careful, very creative, very neat. That one is a must. And that one is the artistic side of the science. Now, allow me to give my young friends a few exercises so that I also start receiving this work for those who want to submit it. We can record it. You can read yourself actually and record yourself and send it to me. You can write it down and send it to me. If it is a song that you have made, again it is recording now and sending it to me. But if it is a drawing, a picture, again you do what? You draw it, maybe take a photograph of it and send it to me, because that is the only creative way now that we are used to sending things on WhatsApp, on YouTube, on different recordings. So these are the questions which I want us to think about. Draw the picture of yourself at home. Sit down, get a piece of paper, draw the picture of yourself at home. We want to know how you are at home. Secondly, because I've also known that many of us love animals, and some of us, even me, I love animals very much, and some of us, we keep those animals at home, which we call domestic animals, or we keep other animals in the farm, like the cows, like the goats, like the sheep. Now there are also those animals in the wilderness. Those ones you can write stories about them, but I don't want you to go to see them. So I want you to tell me about, or tell us about, the best animal that you like. Also say why you like that animal. The third thing which I want us to talk about, or which I want us to do together, is, I know there are many friends we have, but who we cannot see now because we are under lockdown. The schools are closed, so we don't even know or talk to our friends. Yes, we can talk to the friends, but we don't see them. But can we imagine, can we actually try to communicate to them? Remember we said we need the story. You can tell them a story. We need the person who is telling the story, who is the character, and we also need the technique. Now, the technique which I want us to tell that story to our friend, whom we are not seeing because of this lockdown, is through a letter. Write a letter to your friend and tell the friend about what you want to tell the friend, the story which you want to tell your friend. But keep it a bit short so that we are able to fit it within the time which we normally fit within these videos. You can also stand somewhere and read that letter and record it, but you can also write the letter so that we look at it. So friends, I want to wish you a very good day. Feel happy, feel dramatic, and let's be creative. Thank you very much.